Good evening, everybody. I'm Elsa Ramon.
And I'm Andrea Fujii. War games on the Korean Peninsula tonight as South Korea shows off its military might in the aftermath of North Korea's latest nuclear test.
This as more countries call for tougher action to get North Korea in line. KCAL9 political reporter Bryan is here with a heated debate at the United Nations today. Dave.
Yeah, plenty of heated words. It's amazing the way this thing is going, right? I mean, it's really getting scary. The events of the past few days, including North Korea's huge nuclear test on Sunday, are raising fears that this may be heading toward a military confrontation. And with both sides showing off their weapons and missile systems, those fears are being fueled tonight. South Korea responded to the Sunday North Korean hydrogen bomb test with fighter jets and ballistic missiles filling the sky, designed to simulate an attack on North Korea. And on Monday, the South Koreans warned that Pyongyang may be preparing to launch another intercontinental ballistic missile soon into the Pacific Ocean, a missile which might be capable of reaching the U.S. And since the 10 million people living in Seoul face the most immediate impact from North Korea's growing arsenal, South Korea has now given the U.S. the green light as 4 more missile defense systems are being installed. And with the saber rattling enveloping the Korean peninsula, there were fiery words at another emergency United Nations Security Council meeting Monday when UN Ambassador Nikki Haley said this about North Korean dictator Kim Jong Un.
His abusive use of missiles and his nuclear threats show that he is begging for war. War is never something the United States wants. We don't want it now. But our country's patience is not unlimited.
Through a translator, the French UN ambassador joined the call for still another round of tougher sanctions against North Korea after the latest threats.
The threat is no longer merely regional. It is now a global threat. It is no longer a virtual threat. It is now an imminent threat. It is no longer merely a serious threat. It is now an existential threat.
And outside the White House, the talk on Sunday was about military options as well.
Any threat to the United States or its territories, including Guam or our allies, will be met with a massive military response.
How much of a price we are willing to pay, how much we are willing to bleed to accomplish our objectives. This is a decision for elected political leaders to make, and they always have to weigh the cost versus the benefit.
What triggered the latest flurry of threats and warnings was the underground test of what North Korea called its hydrogen bomb. And a U.S. intelligence official said it certainly was a test of an advanced nuclear device. At the Security Council, a UN official described the blast this way.
Experts have estimated a yield of between 50 and 100 kilotons, or on average, more than 5 times more powerful than the weapon detonated over Hiroshima.
At the UN, Ambassador Nikki Haley made it clear time is running out for a peaceful negotiated settlement with North Korea.
The time for half measures in the Security Council is over. The time has come to exhaust all of our diplomatic means before it's too late.
In South Korea, some people on the street told CBS News they don't have much faith in the leaders of either side to reach a peaceful agreement. This young man in Seoul said both Kim Jong Un and Donald Trump are unpredictable leaders. To be honest, he said, it would not be strange if a war broke out.
The good news is that North Korea is rational. They want to survive.
But Professor Daniel Pinkston, who teaches international relations at Korea University in Seoul, says getting Kim Jong Un to give up his nuclear weapons is not going to happen.
It would be analogous to the Pope coming out tomorrow and abandoning Jesus Christ. It's something so embedded in their belief system and their identity that it would be that revolutionary.
Now, at the same time, there are growing tensions now between President Trump and the South Korean President Moon Jae-in, whom he accused of appeasing North Korea, tweeting that talking is not the answer. In a phone call today, Trump and Moon agreed to push for maximum pressure and sanctions against North Korea, and they also agreed to lift the weight limit on South Korean conventional warheads.